Virgo, welcome back to the Astroflower, and this is going to be a reading from the 2nd of May going through to the 8th of May. You had quite a up and down sort of reading last week. Oh yeah, okay, right, sorry, I've done it wrong, Virgo, already. These are not meant to be showing, but that's okay, we'll do that for the rest of them. Okay, so we've got these cards here. If you want to know anything more about the Astroflower, please go down in the description below. There's loads of links. You'll find your flower and everything like that. We're in Taurus season at the moment, which is your fellow earth sign. Therefore, you have a lot of elements that play into your hands. So, for example, the air that comes down here, that you've got that cardinal air, it plays on the mutable air of Taurus. But you also have your fixed fire that comes in through there, where Taurus has that cardinal fire that comes through. So there's a lot of things that work really well together. And last week, looking at your Astroflower reading for the week from the 25th to the 1st of May, there was fantastic. There was Lovers cards. There was also the Tower. There was the Two of Cups. It was quite a looked like quite a lot of movement going on, and this is what we're coming into. So what we've just gone through this week, we've got on the 29th of April, where Pluto moves into retrograde in Capricorn. So it's a case of letting go of things and letting go of things mentally. This is what it seems to be. This could be with relationships or things that you found yourself in, maybe in a controlling relationship and stuff like that, and need to let go of that, or let go of the idea of the control of it. It could also be sort of, through work, of just being too hands-on, and it's just a case of sort of saying, relax, take it easy, and don't get so het up about it, as it were. But funny thing is, that's the Queen of Swords is in exactly the same position there. You got that fair exchange on this sort of side of things, and this could have been that Tower moment which happened there, and it seems to have sorted itself out in a way. There is still sort of competition here. Maybe it's competition or conflict for your emotions. It might be a conflict within you of how you feel about things. And your guides are trying to sort of say, make sure happiness is the defining goal on this. I'm trying to think what was happening in your May reading. There'll be links in the description below for your eclipse reading and your reading for the month of May. But there's, maybe you're just being a little bit harsh on yourself, and there needs to be this fair exchange. So, Virgo tends to put themselves out in the rest of the world for other people a lot, and maybe this is this part of here where you're having conflict with yourself or conflict with other people around you, that you don't seem to be getting the fair exchange back. That's what it could be. And your guides are sort of kind of saying, if you're not getting that fair exchange, just head for the happiness. This is your emotional sort of side, relationship sort of side. This is your business or your financial sort of side, business, work, and that sort of thing. This is your karmic path, influence from the universe, influence from your guides, influence on your guides on the conversation, the interaction with the world around you, and the energy that's running through you. On this side, wish big. Keep your eye on the goal. Know what you want out of life. If you got things clear, you could have. If you got things clear there, this is where you're going to make for your future success of last week. If you got it clear in your head last week, then the universe is going to carry you through. So basically, you'll find that there's coincidences around you that's helping you in your job, and the world sort of works in your favour. That sort of seems like the thing. And if that is the case, you should really start wishing big. As long as you keep that very clear thinking. Let's just go on to the relationship side here. So we've been channeling a lot of information coming through from the Earth on our sister channel called Cymatic TV. And the last message was there was like a tsunami of water, not a tsunami of water in a physical sort of sense, but it much more an emotional sort of sense. There's a tsunami of emotions that might have come out during the week, last week, an expression of things that you've been penting up for a long time. This could also be that whole idea of Elon Musk taking on Twitter, which then all of a sudden there's a lot more people involved in the discussion, so it's a lot more an expression of emotions. It could be that sort of thing. So let's just see what's going on. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you. It's like a 2 of Swords or 7 of Swords. It seems to be okay. So it's 9 of Wands. So that's been coming up quite a lot in other people. So it's setting up those healthy boundaries and stuff like that. But that's what the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is about playing smart and everything like that. 2 of Swords is about sort of making choices and maybe having to take off that blindfold so you can see clearly. And the 9 of Wands, which we have in this position, is where you put up healthy boundaries. So, and this is where the choices of what you want in life, these are part of those boundaries. But also playing smart is by putting up those healthy boundaries. So if you were saying in my relationships, regardless of who it is, in my relationships, if I want this type of relationship within this format, so with my family, I want this type of relationship. With my friends, I want this type of relationship. With my lover, I want this type of relationship. And that's that choices we make, the 2 of Swords. This is what it felt like to me. And playing smart. So then when someone crosses those boundaries, if they do not cross it in the right way, then it may be a case of having to turn around and sort of say, whoa, where are you going? That could tie into that 5 of Wands as well, and it might cause conflict. So basically, the message seems to be coming through that the new you may not be. People will be kind of saying, where did my Virgo go that did everything for me? It may be a case of that because you're standing within your own power nowadays. That could well be that tower moment from last week. The people have realised that actually, you've changed and you're not the same person that you were before. If you haven't changed, then this is going to help you to change, to put those healthy boundaries in place, because you probably need to change. We all need to change the way we do things. But the universe and your guides are really trying to push towards the idea of a fair exchange within happiness. And standing your corner would be a good idea. Standing your knowledge, standing your truth, standing in your truth, Okay, we'll see how it sort of combines with that a little bit later on. Let's see how it goes on the financial sort of front. So if you put the dots together and you've really and you've still got to keep that clear thinking about how financially you want life to be. It may have been difficult to connect those dots last week and put them all into place. But it should be making sure you were okay. That you saw that you were in a good place, that financially you were in a good place, so then you can give to charity. There's no point giving to charity if you don't have any money yourself. So you've got to, that's how it's got to be. But now you've understood this, you can actually start wishing a lot further. I wouldn't be surprised if the magician doesn't come out there or something like that. Manifesting sort of new ways of doing things. Okay, the Hierophant's coming out for everybody at the moment. It just seems to be all over. In fact, I think every single reading has had it. So the Hierophant is about what you've learned and understood through life, of how you go through the process of producing your happiness. So I know if I want that feeling of sensation, I will go swimming in the sea. So that means I have to get in my car, go down the beach and go into the sea. That is the process in order for me to get that moment of, it's great to be free in those lovely waves. And once you realize that within your workplace, you're going to stop messing around and getting taken for a ride and stuff like that, or your business. You're going to tighten your business up so it becomes a lot more regimented, regular, or it's got more the way of rules and regulations, boundaries as well. These two cards go quite well together, actually. It's a very religious aspect, the Hierophant. It could be to do with marriage and stuff like that, but I think it's more of a case of knowing how to reproduce your rewards out of your job and your business and stuff like that. Let's just see what's going on with how you interconnect with the world around you. It seemed to be very social. So Ace of Wands, yeah, very passionate. You want to get involved. You want to be there. You want to start that journey. That's what you're looking for. And that's how you're pushing the interaction with the people around you, with the situations around you and stuff like that this week. So I would go ahead and push them. And this may cause conflict within you, or it may cause conflict that you need to stand your ground and the people around you, But whatever it is you do, make sure you do it with passion and leading onwards, moving on, basically. What's going on with that? Ten of Wands or Nine of Wands? Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, choices. The possibilities that are around you, you'll realise that there is only one evident path, that there is no real choices in life. And it's having the capacity to say no. I think this ties in with these three situations here. I think these are the crux of it. And I think these are all the stuff that's going on around you. And I think this week for you, the most important thing is to put in those healthy boundaries. And it's going to annoy some people. And you've got to be prepared to stand your ground. Fight for what you want. Obviously not fight, but stand your ground for what you want out of life. And you've got the Ten of Cups and the Six of Pentacles there. I think it's choosing that evident path and recognizing it within you. It may not manifest, as it were, within your life this week, but it's actually going to be understood within you this week. There you go, Virgo. If you are already part of the Astroflower family, lovely to have you back here, people. You lovely people. If you're not, just subscribe. That's all is required in order to become part of the family. And, we're going to be exploring a lot more different ways of how the Astroflower can actually help you in your life. okay? Because it is a really good tool. Okay, there you go, Virgo. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.